Hello. Today we're going to go over Google Developer Machine Learning Smart Reply. And I want to tell you about the Smart Reply model. It generates reply suggestions based on chat messages. The suggestions are intended to be contextually relevant. One-touch responses that help the user to easily reply to an incoming messages. And now we're going to go over how it works. The model generates reply suggestions to conversational chat messages, comes with several benefits: fast, does not require the internet, which is great, small memory footprint on the device, which is excellent, and privacy friendly. The user data never leaves the device, so I like that part as well. And now let's go jump over to the website and let's get this started. Okay, so now we are on the webpage developers.google.com/mlkit language smart reply. I will have that hyperlink in the description. Now for this smart reply, as it says, you can automatically generate relevant replies to messages. Smart Reply helps your users respond to messages quickly and makes it easier to reply to messages on devices with limited input capabilities. And let me go all the way down here. And this is the important part. The model uses up to 10 of the most recent messages from conversation history to generate a reply suggestion. So that's very, very, very important. It detects the language of the conversation and only attempts to provide responses when the language is determined to be English. So it only does it in English for right now. And it makes sure that it's not a sensitive topic. And let me go all the way down. And of course, it's not going to do it unless the confidence score is higher, that it's not a sensitive topic. Okay, so now you'll see what the example looks like. Of course, right now there is trying to train by putting in these responses and building the conversation up. It will The machine learning will learn what the conversation is about, and it will give back a smart reply. Let me show you what it kind of looked like. Just one moment. Okay, so I wanted to show you now on this particular example on the developers.google website. It shows you, like, if, for instance, if you got that text message from a user and if someone responded, but the actual sample, it it just made a pretend conversation, in other words. So what happens is you'll you can type in like hello, how are you, as I did, and then you have to click on the switch button and you'll be the other user. And then the different suggestions will come up and you can click on the suggestion, then you switch back to the other user, so you'll really be talking to yourself. uh but it's really good though. It should, at least it shows you how the smart reply gives you suggestions, and then you, the developer, will have to develop intents to get the actual code from from your text messages. So you would have to build around the sample, but at least it shows you how to access the smart reply. Next, let's go on to a deeper level. Let's actually go to the tensor part of it. And just one moment. Okay, let's go more on the back end. And again, I'll have this link in the description. This is thub.developer s module type equals text generation. So these were a whole bunch of Tensor Flow data sets. I always like to say data set that has been created and trained. And I just now let's see, like there was one cool one in here. All of these are cool actually, but the one right here, like Roberta, initialize sequence to sequence model train for sit and split and rephrase. If I click on that, this is not something I want to use for the cell phone because this size of this data set is 1.58 gigabytes. So no, I don't want to use that one. So I'm going to click back. But however, you see on the upper right hand corner where it says TF Lite, that is the one I want to use for Smart Reply. So I click on that and you see that it's only 10 megabytes, which isn't bad. And that's something I can put on the download to the cell phone. And this is a TensorFlow trained data set. Now you can always train it for anything. So you can put different words, even give it more words than it has now. But just remember, since it's on a cell phone, it's going to take up some space. So here I'm going to look at the TensorFlow Smart Reply. And it has the starter model. The starter model is what we have in the code. And it has an Android example as well. And as you can tell, they program theirs just a little bit different. And it says, hey, you can use this for the Gmail, the inbox, Allo, smart replies on Android Wear, the smartphones, etc. So this is really super exciting. Okay, so now let's go and look at some of the code. Okay, so now we're back on the web link developers.google.com MLKit languages smart reply. Today we're going to be going towards Android and coding it. Of course, one of my favorites is Java. Anyway, I wanted to show you. Now, I do want to tell you though, when I programmed this particular one, when I did the sample app, it took a little bit longer than the other ones. It's a little bit more involved than the other ones. So I did want to tell you that. And as you can tell, again, the app size impact, like this is 5.7 megabytes if you do it the bundled way. The unbundled way is only 200 KB. And that's going through the Google Play. And let me go down. And this is so important right here. That smart reply. And you have the values smart replay, comma, model 2, model 3. So it says, "Are you on your way? Running late? Sorry." Could be one of the replies. And again, this is calling that tensor flow that I just showed you, that SQL-Lite part. Uh, but like I said, this one was a lot. This was a lot. This sample app was a lot longer than the other ones. So I went ahead and did a part two to this just for the code part. I do recommend that the part two be for the intermediate, just for developers that are familiar with what a button is, what a layout is, what a view card is, what a build.gradle. So it's more of an intermediate than it is a beginner. If this was a beginner, this would it'd be like 20 videos on it. But and let me see. I'm gonna wait for part two on this part here as far as getting directly in the code. So I would say this is the end of the introduction. I hope everyone has a great day.